Okay, so now let me transition into actually talking about LRA number 1. And I'm going to show you what the template LRAs look like. You can see that this is a Word document. And it is not the way you might see it in your class. Your LRA might, for example, be embedded within the Blackboard space or take some other format. Obviously, it may have a slightly different set of words or that kind of thing as well. But again, I'm going to just show you the template one today. And as I scroll down to part 1 or to LRA number 1, you'll see here that it says contemporary newspapers and Wikipedia articles. And so I'm going to be talking about those in a minute. What your instructor asks you to do may be slightly different than finding those resources, and I'll talk about that momentarily. The first thing, though, that you're going to want to do is think about your topic, and then this first question is about stating your topic. And let me tell you a couple of things that are fairly standard in terms of topics that are appropriate for the RCI research project. First of all, the project should be something that's of interest to you, and I mentioned that already. So history is about everything that has happened. And so everyone should be able to find something that is of interest to them in terms of topics for this particular project. I'll give you one hint. Sometimes students use their either what they're going to be doing as a major at WSU or even a career path beyond WSU as a way of thinking about what sort of particular topic that they might want. So that's one way, for example, if you're struggling to think of a topic, you could think along those lines. Also, in your course, if you look at your syllabus, you're going to be talking about the roots of a number of different contemporary issues, and you may find that syllabus and the topics listed there is helpful as well. Beyond something that's of interest to you, it's something that has to have historical connections. So in other words, you can't write about something that is very recent and exclusively write about that. Bitcoin, for example, would be a topic that's way too contemporary to actually explore the historical roots of it. Now, some instructors say your topic must explore at least pre-1980 history. Some say at least pre-1990 history or whatever. So be sure that you look into that for your particular section. But it is definitely true that this is a history class and you are writing a history paper. So largely you will be looking at events of the deeper historical past in terms of writing this particular paper. So the last thing beyond the historical connections is that your writing, for most instructors anyway, needs to be international in scope. So it can involve the United States, but it needs to be largely about things outside of the United States. So you would not be writing a paper on the US presidency, for example. Although you could, for example, be writing about the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union, and obviously with the US involved. But if you focus on the perspectives of the Soviet Union, you would be fine. In terms of this video, what I'm going to do is pick a topic to search a database and to find some resources. And hopefully this topic will fit the mold for an RCI topic. So I am an educator and have been interested, as you might guess, in education for a long time. So, and I've also grown up learning at least a little bit about the Japanese education system and about its high quality. And so that's where I think I'm going to go to begin my research, is I'm going to look at sort of these foundational features or historical features of the Japanese education system, and perhaps ultimately look to see how that varies from Western societies or that kind of thing. Now, as I move down the LRA, you'll notice that there's this second question, finding a contemporary documentary source. And in the template LRA, there's also something about here about finding Wikipedia articles as well. I'm not going to talk in this video about Wikipedia. I think most everyone has used it. The point, if your instructor asks you to go to Wikipedia, is to find sets of keywords, as it says right here in the title of this question. Find some good keywords. You won't ultimately be citing Wikipedia in your paper, but again, Wikipedia can be a good place to get encyclopedic information and good background information and keywords. Your instructor in LRA 1 also might ask you to find some specialized encyclopedia entries as well.